There's only 84 days left to vote. Make sure your vote counts. Get out and vote on November 3rd. We don't have that much time left. 84 days!
Girls back. What's up? And as you see, I'm coming to you with my head wrapped up again because I need to wash my hand. I'm lazy. That's it. Those are real truths. Okay, so your girl's here with a beer. Look what beer I'm drinking, y'all. Okay. It's not Yingling. It is Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. It has 95 calories and 2.6 carbs. Y'all probably sitting up here like, why the hell are you drinking that? Well, I'm going to tell you that in a minute. But let me tell you what we're going to talk about today. Oh, by the way, I have mailed out all the plants from the last giveaway to all the people who have contacted me. It is possible. Maybe I missed some because I'm still staring at 3 plants. So if I missed you, you know who you are. Go back. I'm just saying, though, it's closed. You can't get it. I'm not giving these plants away again. I've had a couple of people told me they got their plants, so I'm fine with keeping these. If you want them and you sent me an email and I missed it, and hopefully you still have that email, just refer back to, let's just forward it to me again in that email. But anyway, that's not what we're here to do today. Oh, let me put on my ear pods. I don't even know if y'all can hear all of that. Did it stop filming? Nah, we're good. Okay, so what we're doing today is, like I told you in the last video, that I was going to come back and plant this up because when I did it on the first time I did it, the container, the planter I used was too small. So I got something to choose from this time. I got this big old sucker, which is probably going to end up in this one. But I have other plants that as well that I need to do a repot, but I'm not going to promise you guys we're going to do all of that on camera. Well, I'll at least promise we'll get 2. We'll get 2 on camera. And I have some of these giveaway plants still left, that the bulbs I want to get into some actual soil. So I'm going to do that. Let's see, maybe I should give you guys a quick update. I'll save the updates for the end of the video because my ass is lazy and I don't want to get up right this second. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so how y'all been? Y'all good? What's going on in your world? I mean, in my world, it seems to be this. I'm glad August came, because it just seems to slow down a little bit. I mean, but nothing really ever goes away. But whew, July was rough on a bitch. July was rough on this bitch. I'm sorry. Forgive me for swearing or not, your choice. But I'm just telling you how it is. I was like, it was a rough month for me. And this month is just it's hard, but not as hard as last month. But we're not going to go into those details. Let me tell y'all why I'm drinking this. I went to the doctor. You know how you go to the doctor for a pain, and she said, well, you know, since you're here for this, let's go on and get some blood work on you, because you know your blood work, y'all knew blood work is only good for 6 months now, and then you're supposed to go to your doctor again instead of being once a year. They want you to show up every 6 months. Tell me that ain't a racket. But anyway, I have insurance, you know, fortunately. So I was like, okay, if my insurance is going to pay for it, don't come to me with no extra charge, because insurance is ridiculous. So I have it. I'm going to use it. She gonna come to me and say, girl, you fine. Everything looks good on you. I say, okay. And she's like, yep. You know, you got a real handle on your blood pressure. Congratulations on that. You know, because I was worried about catching that high blood pressure, y'all. So when she told me that 6 months ago, I was like, okay, let's switch some things up. And I changed my diet, stayed away from salt, left hot sauce alone, you know, cut out all that fried food. I was like, I'm gonna get this blood pressure right up. She gonna hit me with, you gotta, you know, but unfortunately, your sugar levels, or however she said it, glycemic, whatever, are not where we want them to be, and you're at risk of diabetes. So we need you to go low carb. I was like, huh? I was like, she says, I need you to go low carb, zero trans fat, and I want you to come back in 90 days. Now, if she had said 6 months, I would be like, okay, I'm coming back again for blood work. But she said 90 days, so I'm like, oh, you serious about this diabetes? You serious? Case in point, low carbs does not mean no carbs. I am not going keto because, not going keto. I really don't want to go vegan. Really, I prefer to just, let's try low carb. So that's what we have here. Now, Yuengling does make a low carb beer, but this is what my husband brought back. So this is what I'm drinking. And of course, I'm gonna have to leave my, I think I'm gonna have to leave my sangria wine alone, and I'm just gonna switch over to my California Roots Cabernet. And then it's just, of course, the low carb eating, y'all. Just the low carb eating, and that's where the struggle is gonna be, y'all. It's not with drinking, it's with food, y'all. I'm a beautiful thick woman here. Hey, girl. Y'all know my ham videos, girl. In case you don't, it's probably weird, but y'all know hams. I got them. Go back and look at the ham video so you can know what I'm talking about. But I love me and I love my body type, and and if you don't like it, avert your eyes because it just ain't for you. It ain't for you, and I ain't put here to please everybody. So I'm fine with that. But you would see, I'm one of them women you would see in a two-piece. And you'd be like, what the hell is she doing on a two-piece? And I'd be like, you can go ahead and say, I'm reenacting Morbid the sequel. I don't give a damn. If I feel it, I'm aware. Now, my husband, he won't let me wear it. But, child, before I was married. People who knew me, they knew me. Girl, terrible. And before the Lord. Also before the Lord. Anyway, though, so I really just was like, what the hell going on? So I'm on the phone with my niece. I have a niece that's the same age as me. In fact, her birthday is tomorrow, and my birthday is 6 weeks after her. And I'm like, girl, doctor don't said this. And she's like, bitch, doctor don't tell me the same shit, except she actually has diabetes. Type 2, so she's doing a little bit more than what I'm doing. So, and my brother is a diabetic as well. He's been one for years. So I'm like, okay, genetics is kicking in, and I probably need to lose some weight because I did gain some weight. And I was wondering, what if my blood pressure had to went back if I had went to her in April or May? Would it have been the same? Would I be okay now? I don't know, because in June and July, I was eating my ass off, y'all, and chicken, potato chips, I was eating. I told y'all, I gained like 15 pounds, so, me and Cardi B, Cardi B said she started off at 125, now she at 145. I was like, that's cute. Yeah, girl, you did gain that weight, I understand. Now, try being at 180 and then turn around and gain a 250. Now that's some weight. That's not what I did this time, but I've been there before, and that was a huge weight gain, and pregnancy wasn't involved with it. My ass was just eating. And then that's usually how I handle stress. Because I handle stress by eating. I know y'all think I handle it by drinking, but I really don't. You can't even get me to get a drink when I'm upset. You want a drink? No, I'm good. But you can say you want a piece of carrot cake. I'd be like, yes, please. And can you also give me some macaroni and cheese and potato salad to go with that? And please don't forget my barbecue chicken. That's me. So all that has to change. Eating a lot of more kale, which I like kale. I love kale, and I've always loved kale. So, I'm just eating kale now with no dressing. No dressing at all, y'all. But this is not what that video about. That's just a quick update. So that's why my ass up here. And thank you already for your prayers and your blessings, because I know there's some people out there that's gonna pray for me, and I always love a good prayer. So thank y'all. But I'm gonna be fine, y'all. I tell you what the blood work say. I tell you, I ain't gonna have no diabetes. I ain't getting it. I ain't get it. And you're like, oh, but how many of these have you had, girl? Look, This is how you know. It is 1 o'clock p.m. on a Sunday, and I've only had a half of one beer today. That's how you know I'm taking it seriously. And I really don't like it all day. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's refreshing, but to me, it just tastes like expensive water. It don't have that kick like that Yingling. Whew, that Yingling. And y'all don't know, that bottle of sangria is down there, and I'm just like, girl, don't drink that. Leave it alone. But let's get started, peeps. Let's get started. So, got a container here, because, you know, in case y'all don't know, and I'm sure you do, if you have been a faithful fan and a subscriber of mine, you know what I've been going through. And my plants have been neglected. And this is a product of neglection. But I was able to root it up. And it has grown some roots. And it looks like it has grown some more in the last couple of weeks since I've been here. Yay, y'all, it fits. It fits. So, also stinks. So, I'm going to plant this up right now. And this is a piece of a Monstera Delicioso. While it was in here, it has grown a new leaf. Well, it was starting to grow this one when it had cut off. And while it's been in the water, it has grown this. So I want to definitely get it in some soil. But it smells. I don't like how it smells. And then I'm going to give y'all an update on some plants. Boom. Okay, so... Get down, get down. Y'all know I never have any, and I think I have stuff in arm's reach, and then I look down and I ain't got nothing in arm's reach. So, probably gonna edit this out, but we're gonna scoop up for y'all who don't know. Okay, we're using here some coconut coir. And the container is a plastic container that I don't know, some other plant was in it. I believe it was my spider plant, variegated spider plant Curly Sue, which has died on me. And that had nothing to do with neglect, because it's been gone for a while. I don't know why, but I am, with those variegated spider plants, I am just, the Hawaiian one and the green one, I have no problems with them at all. I mean, if they do die, it's because it's neglect, and I can definitely propagate them, put them in water, put them in plant, and, you know, and I've given away from gifts, and people just love them. But when it comes to these variegated spikes, I'm looking at one right now, and it's also turning on me. And I'm like, why? So I've discovered it's a very temperamental plant. And I mean, it's partly, the one up there is partly because of neglect, but I don't know. Now, with the Monstera Deliciosos here, I am also going to add into this some perlite. And I'm even debating about whether or not I want to put sand in it. I don't think I'll need to do the sand. But the reason why is because you have to be careful with the Monstera. That just happened. You have to be careful with the Monstera because overwatering a Monstera and a split leaf philodendron as well can and will lead to root rot. Root rot is something that happens. So these plants are very sensitive. So with this plant, I really want it to be a well-draining mixture. So I'm adding a lot of perlite. Another thing, and the reason why I was thinking about sand is because I really do want it to be a lot more coarser. But I don't have a lot of sand right now. The sand is very inexpensive to get, but I have not made my way to Lowe's. But I just really want a well-draining mix. I would dare to say to go as far as to even put in, if you wanted to put a little bit of orchid bark, maybe not the coarsest of course orchid bark. That would also do this plant well. You're not treating it like a orchid, but you will use it. Hold on. Should I get it? Okay, I'm going to get up and get it. My earthworm cast. So here's my earthworm castings. I'll just list it down below. Okay. gonna, and that's how much I'm gonna give it. And this is a really tiny, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hearth and Hand, but this is from a present that I had gotten for someone, and I thought it was really fancy because they gave it to me in the Hearth and Hand garden section. Got about a year, last summer. Little 3-piece set. It's cute. I use it. I use it because they gifted it to me. It's not something that I would have bought for myself. But the fact that someone bought it for me, I thought, okay, I was very touched by it. Okay. Speaking of Hearth and Hand, take this little, and stir it up with that. Okay, so I got my earthworm castings in. We have the coconut koi to start off with. And I did this, I'm sorry that you didn't get to see inside of it, but this is what it looks like. And as you can see, I did this on camera, so you have a good idea of how much I used. And I'm just eyeballing it. I mean, this, to me, it may be a perfect science, but not for me. And now I'm just going to take up my smelly, the root stink. And you can see there, that's how much I want sticking out, even with that little root there at the top. So now I'm just going to add on to it. Y'all, that sucker stinks. Ugh. It's not in the center the way the roots are. You can even see some of them. If I stand it straight up, the roots would be a lot more forced in, and I don't want to force them in. So I'm going to let it lean off to the side and just let it make its own adjustment. And like I said, you could also use some sand, some peat moss, a little bit of orchid mix in here, because I can't stress, it's so important that this soil is well draining. I am not watering this. The coconut koi is damp, and I think it'll be okay for a day or two. The big question is, where am I going to put it in the house? Because I want to put it someplace where it's going to also get a lot of light, but I also want to put it someplace to make sure that it's not being neglected by me. So that's the real chore. But it'll probably end up on the second floor. But there's that one. This one is done. I think it came out cool. You know, I mixed it up. I didn't pre-mix it. Usually I pre-mix it. I didn't do that time. But you saw how I threw it in there, right? And I did that because it's bare rooted. All right. So I promised you guys 2 plants. And I promised you I was going to come back and pot up my Delicioso. So that's what we did. And in between that, I'm going to give you guys a quick update. Okay, so this is an evergreen. And this evergreen has been through a lot. Evergreens aren't difficult plants. This particular one is very difficult. I'm peeling all this. This particular one is very difficult. I'm peeling all this brown stuff off of it. And I have basically just left it alone. I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it alone and let it do. And it was set on my windowsill right over there for months now. And with me not bothering it. And I'm showing you this because for the first time in a very long time, I actually took it out of this room because I just wanted to clean over there. And I took it out and I put it on the landing. And since it's been on the landing, it has sprouted up some new leaves. So I guess it just didn't like the lighting that was coming in from here. And, you know, so it's actually going to return to where it is. And it's also giving me something there. That may be a root, that may be a new plant, but it's been sitting here in this window, this east-facing window this entire time, and with no inkling of growing. So, y'all know I swear by these, okay? You know, this is my water meter for y'all who don't know it. And this is my third one. I have a friend, Chauncey's husband. I've talked about Chauncey on my channel, and I've stuck her picture up. I won't do it to her. But Chauncey's husband is really loves plants, and he's really into growing plants. And I found out recently that he didn't have one of these. Girl, you know, I just, I was like, you need this in your life. This will save your plant's life. So I gave him the one I had and went out and got me another one. And I, you know, because I could have just said, oh, you just need to go over here to Lowe's, Home Depot and pick your ones up, in case y'all wonder why I just gave him out. I mean, I just knew he wasn't going to do it. And I'm just like, he ain't going to pick this up. He ain't going to pick it up. And I know how much he loves plants. It's like, this is going to be an afterthought. He ain't going to think about it. So I'm like, you know what, LaTanya, just give him yours because you know you're going to pick it up. So that's what I did. And as you see, this one's here is telling me that this is dry. And I'm very, I'm very cautious of watering this now. Very cautious. So it has to be, and it has to be in that red. And I don't want it to get any more drier than what it is right now. So I'm going to water it. I'm going to water it right now. Okay. Well, we're going to water this sucker right now on camera. Oh, get down here. Well, I'm going to water it, and then we're going to check it on camera. Let that drain out a little bit. Did I just break that leaf, y'all? Y'all know. I just broke the damn leaf. I can't believe y'all, I just did that on camera. What kind of stupidness is this? What kind of stupid... Look what I just did, y'all. Just broke the damn leaf off. I don't even know how I did that. Did I break it off or was it dying off? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna go if I broke it off. Even if that's not gonna make me feel any better. I just did this on camera, y'all. Ugh. Damn, I'm mad. I'll be alright though. I'm dripping all. Okay, so there we go. It's watered. There's plenty of water on it right now. It will just continue to sit and drain. And I'm going to move on. These things happen. I really want to say that this was weekend and it was going to fall off anyway, but honestly, I don't think it was. I can't tell. I just broke off the only damn decent leaf it had. I'll keep you guys updated on it. So that's one update. That was one update. We have many more to come. The next plant that I'm going to repot is my Chinese evergreen. And this plant may need to... This plant definitely needs some water too. But it recently just dried from water. These leaves here, even with proper watering, the leaves at the bottom, right around here at the bottom, has just been dying off and they won't come up. And I think it has a lot to do with that. This plant has been in this planter for well over, going on 2 years, I believe. So I am going to very gently, I do have another planter ready for it. Got this one here. So it's just going up a little bit, but I wanted to check the rim size. Yeah. Go ahead. Because even the youngest plants they're just not, they just kept dying off, and I'm like, well, what's going on with you? So okay, I'm gonna have to dig this out off camera and come back, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to loosen this up. Actually, I don't think it's that bad. I think that's a root ball that needs to be loosened up. I'm not gonna put it in here. I'm gonna just assume that I really don't think it was doing that because it was dry. I mean, it is really dry now, but it has been doing this for several weeks. And really the only plants and where that plant was located at, it wasn't getting neglected. It was on my landing, and I don't know. So going to just water this plant. I'm going to put it back in this container here. I'm going to fertilize it and water it up really good, and then I'm going to keep you guys updated on it. And then that was the only plant I was going to show you, and then I was just going to give you an update on some of my plants that a few video backs ago that I had saran wrapped them and sort of give them a greenhouse effect. I just wanted to give you guys an update on those so you can see how well those are doing or how poorly those are doing. So give me a second. I'm going to pop this up real quick again. I'm not going to do it on camera, and I'll be right back, and I'll give you some updates on some other plants.
Hey, there's only 84 days left to vote. Make sure your vote counts. Get out and vote on November 3rd. We don't have that much time left. 84 days!
On some plants that a few people have asked about. Now, I know in my last video, a subscriber had asked what had happened to that fern that I was really confident that I was going to save, and the bird nest fern ended up dying. Bad timing on the bird nest ferns, well, I'm just be honest with you. I was going through a lot and didn't give a damn about them plants. But here we have this one. And this is my, this is a prayer plant. Green lime prayer plant, and as you can see, what I had initially done, and hopefully I can go back and find a clip to it, is I had cut it off. I just cut it off, cut off the stems, and watered it in, and didn't do any else thing to it, and now you can see we have some new growth popping up. So I'm going to leave this in here a little bit longer with the saran wrap over it before I take it off, and see if I can get any more new leaves to come out. But it's probably been in there for about a month now. So there's your update. Greenhouse effects. It works. Next plant up is, this is a Pilea peperonia. You can see that. Again, this has worked amazingly with it because this plant completely died back, and I was so worried that I wasn't going to be able to recover it. And this plant was overwatered. This plant was completely overwatered. I wish I could show you some old leaves on it. I think I can. There is that, I don't know if you can, there's that one old leaf. And if I can get it in a little bit closer, this is probably where I need to just do a cutaway so you can see it. But they are a bunch of little baby leaves down there that are coming up. So again, this is my interpretation of a green. This will be a lot easier. And this one sits up here on the windowsill, so it gets sunlight. It gets morning sunlight. And it just sits there, and I put it there and forgot all about it. This is the first time I've touched it since that video where I showed you guys I've done it, and I would try to leave the link of that video below. But next up, I just want to give you guys one more update. See, the plants that were in these little greenhouse effects, they've been doing just fine, rocking it out. This plant, I think I need to water. I still don't know what kind of plant this is. I thought it would grow out and I would be able to tell you guys what plant this is. I still don't know. But this plant has been in here for several months now. And I'm going to have to do something with it because, look, the roots are growing out of the bottom of it. It has another root there. And it has just been living its life, though. It's living its best life, and I kind of don't want to disturb it. I don't think it's getting as much humidity as the other plants are. I wanted to water that. That's empty. Okay. So, oops. Damn. Can I get my vape back? Is it empty? Never mind. So, you know, husbands. Y'all, one word, husbands. So I'm going to water that in just a little bit. And it is still just growing on one side, too. And this sits in here like it's from, you know, like it's trying to wait on Belle to come along, you know. Beauty and the Beast reference. So, I'm going to leave it in here for now, but I probably will be definitely repotting that one. These up here will not get repot, not at all. They're fine. Once I will just slowly start introducing them back to the atmosphere after. I think I won't do that until September when I can actually, because right now I'm not using humidifiers in this room. And the reason why is, okay, like you can't see it, my humidifier right now, but it says it's 76 degrees in this room and it has humidity of 64%. And that's fine. And it's going to drop off because I just turned on the ceiling fan. So that's going to lower down. But the humidity pretty much stays over 50 day or night in this room. So I don't see the need to add more. I could be wrong. My plants, maybe they would like a more humid atmosphere. But they ain't getting it right now. So that was such a huge success. I consider that a success. That I really got to start. Okay, then I'm going to show you guys. Here's this plant. Here's this plant, y'all. And, okay. And I watered it today. But look at it. Look at it. It's terrible. It's terrible. My poor plant here. Okay, y'all. So now you see him standing up, but these leaves, and I'm not just gonna, I'll come in at first and just get the leaves that are dead. Let's just get the dead leaves out and see what we're working with. So this is suffering from neglect. It's just not recovering well at all. And so I think I have a real chance. Okay, so now this is what it looks like when I cut off all the completely dead leaves. And I really think it's a beautiful plant, but let's cut off some leaves that, you know, crispy leaves don't really bother me. But I really want to give this plant a fighting chance. And I'm going to get low. Just cutting a little bit lower down here. And it also has some new growth coming through. So I wanted to concentrate on, but we have some new growth coming through here, and it died. So, you know what, guys? What the hell? So, y'all are like, what the hell did she do that for? I did this because I really want to give this plant an opportunity to come back stronger and be better. And I probably could have left this leaf on there. This was probably the best looking leaf out of the group. But I cut it off, and I have my pepper coming back in. I have my pepper chew saran cling wrap here with it. And I'm going to stick this one in the windowsill. And yeah, and I give it about 4 to 6 weeks, hopefully in the windowsill. I will have some similar results. And, you know, I really just didn't think that plant, it didn't look aesthetically pleasing. That was one reason why I chopped it off. But I also thought maybe it's using a lot more energy right now. So right now I can just concentrating on producing more roots to support this. And it is also recovering from neglect that I have caused it. So hopefully it will take time. That's why there's so few leaves on these plants. And even though they have been wrapped up for about a month, like on this container here, who went through the exact same thing, it's because it's concentrating on its root system, which is exactly what I wanted to do. But we're going to move these into the windowsill. We're going to just see how they're going to do. And you guys are going to remind me, because if you don't, I won't remember. You're going to remind me to give you an update on these plants. So we're going to say this is the almost the middle of August. So probably around the end of September, just ask me for a quick update on these plants. And I'll let you know how they're doing. And you know, I'm completely honest with you. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll tell you I'm wrong. And that's what happened with this one. I was wrong. It did not make it through there. So I do have a lot more plants that I need to pot up. electing to do that off camera. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you next time for more drinking and planting, y'all. Bye.
Hey, there's only 84 days left to vote. Make sure your vote counts. Get out and vote on November 3rd. We don't have that much time left. 84 days!